Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today inside the boiler room. So thank you guys all again for joining in. As always, we're going to get started looking at some stocks as we normally do. Today's watch list for me is comprised of 4 main stocks, all a little bit higher price today. For me, there are no penny stocks on my watch list as of right now. That could easily change, but for right now, there's only a few stocks that are going to be in my watch list. There are no penny stocks as of right now. Again, we're going to be focusing on a couple stocks. For the most part, they are higher priced. Okay. So one of which that's interesting to me is the stock TAL. This particular stock is under fraud acquisitions, or sorry, they're being accused of fraud. So that's an interesting one on the watch list here today. So good morning, everybody. Sarah, Alba, Ricardo, Daniel, yo, what's going on, guys? So let's get into sharing the screen and we'll get going so we don't have to waste any more time. Let's do it like that. Share screen, boom, that one. And all right, guys. So the first stock that I guess I will cover here today will be the stock TAL. So TAL, if you're looking at the chart, you can clearly see it had quite a rough day yesterday. It got hit very hard. Let me delete some of these drawings off here. Clear old drawing set. Yep. All right. So as you can see yesterday, the stock TAL got hit really hard. It was at a high of 46. Then it dumped all the way down to a low of 38, immediately losing like $10 a share. All right, maybe not 10, like $9 a share. So again, it had a really big slump here in the middle of the day. If you were to go and you actually read the news on this particular stock, you'd come across no, I will not forget about stocks once I've already done options. I still don't forget about trading stocks. So TAL had fraud. It was accused of fraud. So if you check down here in the news channel, you will see that they have been accused of fraud. There isn't too much detail on what exactly was fraudulent or what exactly they're doing that seems very fraudulent. So you could look into it a little bit more. It seems like they're doing some shady activity on their books and some things just don't add up. So again, they've been accused of fraud, and as you can see, their stock took a massive slump to the downside. So today we're going to be watching the stock TAL to hopefully see some more downside continuation. So as you can see, it's starting to gap down this morning. And after yesterday's big red day, there was a lot of people shorting the stock. So I think today this might be pretty active. So we're going to be watching the stock TAL short today. Now, it's not a guarantee that it's going to have a really big red day or any very big movement today. But with that negative news, I do believe it would be a good idea or in the best interest to watch it. So if you're looking at the daily chart, you'll see that after TAL took a massive drop to the downside, it ended up bouncing right off that 100 moving average or very close to it. You can also see, look at the volume that came in yesterday. So look at its average volume and then look at yesterday, very big volume. So that's the kind of stuff we look for as traders. We want big volume, news catalysts, and that's what really drives the price of a stock either up or down. So again, today it's going to be an interesting day to watch TAL. I believe we might see it drop, go lower, and even retest lows from yesterday of $38. So I will be expecting a red day here on TAL, and we'll be watching it short below this pre-market low area, which is at about $40. So below $40, I'll probably be looking to short it. That's the really only key level that's mapped off or that we can go off of here pre-market. There is no other level to really watch for as of right now to get short. It's possible I could get short before it, but by the time the morning bell comes around, we're probably going to be closer down to this $40 area in which I would be looking to short the stock below that with a target of $38 or $38.50. All right. On to the next one is TLRD. So TLRD is an earnings play that went from about $34 down to $25 this morning. This is Tailored Brands. As you can see, it has a very, very big gap down. This should be interesting, and it should have some volume today in play. So again, we'll definitely be watching this particular stock today. Now, I would like to see it go low. I'll trade it long as well. But if we look at the daily chart, the price is at about $28. All right. $28 is really nothing significant. There's no previous price point, resistance, or support at the $28 level. The stock basically just bounced off at 25, right? And went all as low as about 25, I believe. Yep, 25. So it dropped all the way down to a low of 25, which is like right here. So this is where the stock did bounce, right off this kind of $25 area, which was also a previous high. As you can see here, that was a previous high. That's where the stock bounced. And now it's all the way up to $28. All right. So this is a good earnings play. All right. We're going to be watching this both long and both short because it drops so much that it has a lot of room that it could push up to. So for one, I would say it's very possible that we're going to see the stock TLRD push higher all the way up to even, you know, maybe even $30 today before coming back down. You know, as you can see, it's definitely trending up. So if by the time the bell rings, we might see some of the short sellers that were in the stock from earlier yesterday afternoon get squeezed out. So we might see the stock do something like this where it kind of trails and then it goes poop, pop, and then it drops down. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see TLRD have a morning pop up to maybe the $30 area or even $29, and then it's going to get rejected, and then it will start rolling over and coming back down. So we'll be watching TLRD today short. All right. On to the next one is, what's going on, John? Glad to have you in here. All we do is really cover some stocks to potentially trade here in the morning. All right, next one on the list is NKTR. So if you guys aren't familiar with NKTR, where are we at? 53.50. Okay, so this might not be too much of interest anymore. But as you can see, NKTR had that really big red day after some negative news on one of their drugs, I believe. And then it's gone through like about a 5 to 4 day consolidation period where it's just been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then today was kind of the first day that it started to break down pre-market. So we were watching it short, but now it's recovered and it's all the way back up top. So NKTR is no longer a favored stock to watch this morning as it's kind of bouncing. Ideally, what we expected or anticipated was that it might just kind of dump out of the gates today. So no longer really a big fan of NKTR at this current moment. On to the next one is MIK. So MIK is Michael's, the place where a bunch of people get their ears pierced. So Michael's is an earnings play. It went from $23 down to $17. So today we'll be watching Michael's potentially short from about this $18 level down to the previous low pre-market, which is at about $17.70. So that makes up for about $1 a share per game. All right. If you look at the yearly chart, let's see, 717. Right now, it has basically gone, or sorry, let me put it this way. Michael's this morning has dropped down pre-market far enough to almost test the 52-week low. So do note that $17 on Michaels is a strong support area because that's the 52-week low. So I think that as long as Michaels stays below the VWAP and it stays below this 50 moving average, we could see something like this where it kind of trades and then it just kind of slumps over and drops down to test that low and then maybe the 52-week low. So we'll be watching Michaels also short today. And those are all the 4 stocks that are on my main watch list. And then, of course, I will always keep an eye on BABA, Netflix, NVIDIA, Tesla, and things like that. Daniel, yeah, sometimes I do take trades right at the open. Just kind of depends on the stock. But yes, sometimes I definitely take trades right at the open. How do you get so to get the moving averages on your line, you just go to studies, edit studies, and then you just type in EMA, or sorry, not EMA, exponential. And then it'll be moving average exponential. And then from there, you can add them onto your charts. Okay. So I'll take a quick look here at APTO. APTO, 2 dead on volume, won't trade that. As you can see, it popped up, came down. So let's see. Rick J, APTO is probably a no-go. It's too light on volume. It popped up and it's already rolled over. So it's not holding its highs. It's not something that I would be interested in. And for you, again, I would be a little bit careful. It's very low on volume. AMD, on the other hand, not low on volume. So AMD has just basically been going up and up and up and up and up. I haven't followed AMD for quite some time. I know it's been doing really well recently. I know there's probably a lot of news that's been released on AMD that I'm not up to date on. So I can't give you the full, full background on why it's doing so well or an idea as to why it might be doing so well. But what I can tell you is it's now to a 52-week high. I would expect that in the coming days, you're going to start seeing a pullback here. It's been respecting the 9 moving average going up. But if you look at this, I mean, this is a drastic move up. Okay, this is not a slow up, pullback, up, pullback, up, pullback. I mean, this thing is just going right up, which means it can come right down very fast. So I would be a little hesitant on AMD. I would be a little bit careful on it and just kind of watch it. Right now, it looks like AMD is going to push for another green day. Just based off of the way it looks pre-market, it's already gapping up. It's above yesterday's highs. It looks like AMD is going to go for a little bit of a green day here, or at least a green start, and then it could go red. But I would say AMD is not a bad stock to watch. Right now, I wouldn't be looking at opening any new positions on AMD until it pulls back and you can get in on a dip buy. Let's see, next one. For the most part, my orders are never delayed. TAL, yeah, I'll talk about TAL real fast here, guys, for someone. So again, TAL, it had negative news yesterday of fraudulent activity in the company. I'm going to be looking to short TAL today below $40, which it might just break $40 right now. So as you can see, it's right on the $40 level. If $40 breaks, there's going to be a panic sell, and this is going to just slump right away. So again, TAL short below the $40 level. 1 second, guys. Let's see. PVTL. PVTL, not a bad stock. So yeah, PVTL is not a bad one to watch. This one I traded yesterday. I actually got a little chopped out. I think I ended up losing like $500 trading this yesterday. Got a bad entry on it, to be completely honest. But that's okay. I finished the day out yesterday at 3,300, so I was good. So if you're looking at PVTL, you can kind of see pre-market it is trending up a little bit. I would not be surprised to see PVTL pop and run out of the gates today. I think a good entry could be over $30 on PVTL. That's a whole dollar mark. It's seen resistance at $30 pre-market, and then it started kind of fading out. So I would watch PVTL potentially long over the $30 mark today. Boeing, BA. So Boeing, if you're going to trade Boeing, this is a stock at which you want to follow the stock market. So if you're going to be trading Boeing, you should be paying very close attention to what the overall market's doing, because Boeing has such a big market cap that it controls a lot of the, it controls a lot of the market, right? The market cap is so big, it is a big portion of the overall market. That's why you should strongly watch the S&P 500, the Dow, to get a comfortable or an understanding on which direction it might move. If the market's going up, you'll tend to see Boeing go up. And if the market's going down, you'll tend to see Boeing going down as well. Not always, but it tends to move in a similar unison to the market. VKTX, Viking Therapeutics. Oh, Viking Therapeutics. Hold on. Okay, so Viking Therapeutics had a nice green day. Whoa, that was a big spike, eh? So yeah, Viking Therapeutics, it recently had, so like, you see this, oh, that's not what I wanted to look at. This right here, this big push. That big push happened the same time this stock, MDGL, went big, right? Look at this. Look at MDG. Look at this stock chart, and then look at VKTX. Or if I do it like this. Hold on, 1 year day. So you can kind of see that these two charts look almost exactly the same, VKTX and MDGL. That's because they both make very similar products, if not almost exactly the same. So MDGL was a stock that had some good news on one of their products, drugs, and the stock boomed, which the same thing happened to VKTX. So they both kind of move in unison. So if you're going to be trading VKTX, you might want to keep an eye on MDGL or Madrigal Pharmaceuticals. So if I had to give you kind of a rundown on VKTX, I really wouldn't have much of an answer for you other than to watch the stock MDGL. Okay. 1 second. Thanks so much. TLGT, probably not. Will not trade TLGT. Trades on very light volume, and the chart pattern is very, very ugly looking. So not a good read there. And for one, where are we at? What's the price? 4 something. What is it at? 420 for. Oh, it's at 382 now. 382. So yeah, I would say it's a no-go on TLGT because this right here, you see this 200 moving at, or that's bad. Let me do it like that. You see this 200 moving average, the purple line? That's exactly where the price popped up to at about $3.90, $4 today, and it's starting to fail. This purple line for penny stocks is a major resistance point for the stocks, for penny stocks, especially when it's moving up. And once it gets to that purple line, they usually fail. And as you can see, if you zoom in, the stock popped to $4.26, and now it's starting to kind of fade out. So probably not going to be watching TLGT today. Tesla, the news on Tesla. What's the news on Tesla? Is it bad? Oh, you're talking about the price target of $93. Yeah, I looked at that earlier. But yeah, guys, for example, Tesla has a price target of $90 right now. Just to touch on that. John, sometimes I trade options. I do long-term investing in IRAs and SEP accounts. What else? Oh, okay. You're talking about the, I see. So yeah, Tesla also has the news there to build the train in Chicago too. But yeah, John, I do trade other things other than just stocks. Let's see. Cron. I will definitely touch on Cron. Sarah, no, the trading room is not down. The trading room is back up and running. I fixed all the problems earlier this morning, so our private trading room is back up and running. Let's see. So the video game industry is interesting because video game industry is continuously growing. And with the rate that technology continuously is improving, it's not far-fetched to think that in the future, probably even in my lifetime, there will be virtual, like real virtual reality video games. And at that point, I think that I mean, if you were to think about it, right? If the video game industry ever does go big enough to the point at which there is virtual reality online gaming where I can jump into, I don't know, my video game, and next thing you know, I'm like legitimately in a live game, and I'm, as bad as it sounds, I'm shooting and killing people. I mean, that's gonna blow up, right? But it's just not there yet. It isn't, but I mean, it very well could be. That's why you're seeing stocks like HEAR, which is Turtle Beach, which is a headset gaming company. That's why you're seeing them blow up so big, which is also a portion of the amount of Fortnite users. I mean, there's a lot going around in the video game industry, but right now it's not anything where it needs to be, the next Netflix or friggin', Amazon yet. So next one here, we'll talk about Cron. So Cron, I made a YouTube video about not too long ago. So Cron in particular is a stock that I'm going to be looking at swing trading possibly. So it's a lower price stock, which I like. It has a lot of volume. If you look down here, it's got volume. It's got a pretty easily identifiable swing trading pattern where it goes from high to low to high to low. So really what I'm looking for is this area right there. That's the area. That's the money ball right there. Right. So ideally what I'm going to try and do is buy right here on this trend line. And then I'm going to look to sell if and when it breaks out this direction, right? So to put it peacefully, here we go. This is the idea, is that this is going to trade like this. And that's the money spot right there for either short or long on the stock. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and get in as close as I can to the support line to hopefully see it break out of this pattern and go to the upside. All right. Yeah. Yeah, like Lewis, very long-term video game industry, I could see being absolute monster. Absolutely. Let's see. So guys, that's all I have for you today on the morning watch list. So I hope that helps some of you guys. Again, there's only 4 main stocks that I'll be watching, which is again, only 3 now, which is MIK, TLRD, and TAL. One second. So, John, I don't really do a lot of trading of cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. I used to play around with it a little bit. It's just not something, I'm not interested in. It's just where I'm at in my own life. I'm just so busy that I don't have the time to sit down and trade. I mean, like I could, honestly, I could, but the amount of money that I make just trading stocks in general, it's like, trading Bitcoin, I could probably even make even more money. It's just right now with where I'm at in my schedule, it's just not something that I myself fit in very well between just the day-to-day workflow, YouTube, business. It's kind of hard to incorporate so many different things. Like that's why you don't catch me trading Forex. That's why I don't trade Forex very much. That's why I don't trade Bitcoin or cryptos. It's just, I have not yet found a way to properly organize myself to the point where I could keep up consistently on all of this. And when I can, I will. And then when I can, there'll be more YouTube videos and live streams of Bitcoin and cryptos and things. It's just where I'm at right now. I just honestly, I can't handle that much workload. Now, Tiny Trader, the way that, hold on. So the question here from Tiny Trader is, how do I get the same moving averages as your chart? I don't know how many days each line represents. Are they in? Okay, so the moving averages I have on my chart are 9, 20, 50, 100, and 200. All right. Adrian Padilla, did you already? Let's see. Adrian, inside our private group and then inside the course, make sure to go through the course head to toe because it tells you exactly how to get into our live trading room. It's either the first or second section in the course. You'll have the link to join into our private trading room. So Adrian, just make sure to go log into your course account, and then it will be like the first link in the description of the video, or first link in the first section of the course, okay? Yeah, John, it's kind of challenging to do that. Let's see. Any other questions that you guys may have? Thank you, KF, Amet. Yes, Popper, like movie Ready Player One, like that game, exactly. Good job, awesome, Rick. I appreciate that. Thank you, KF, for using that coupon. Eric, I don't follow other traders, so that's not one thing I actually do. So, well, not necessarily. Like every once in a while, I'll pop on and just kind of, I'll kind of see like Ross Cameron from Warrior Trading. I'll pop on, see how his trading day went. You know, see how much he won, maybe see how much he lost, what kind of stocks he may have traded. And the reason I do that is just to kind of get an idea, see where other traders are at in the market, see what they're trading, why they saw value in that stock. So it's not that, so I don't really follow anyone, but I will kind of keep tabs and just kind of see where other people may be at in their trading career, what they're doing. You know, and it's good for me because it helps me kind of understand maybe there's something I should do different. Maybe I should incorporate something else into what it is that I do. But for the most part, I don't really follow, just kind of touch base, maybe keep tabs with a few things. I talk to a lot of other traders. I mean, I have a team of traders for one, but yeah, I definitely communicate with a lot of other professional traders. You could put it that way. Yeah. You would like, so here's a good question. I would like to start trading. The only thing is that I live in Germany, so I can't really use TD Ameritrade. What would you suggest as a platform for real trading? You can try, so New Era. I have, you know, multiple traders in our private group that are from different countries. Specifically, I have a good friend of mine. His name's Venci. He's been trading with us for quite some time now. He lives in Bulgaria, and I think he uses Trade Zero. I think that's his broker that he lives in Bulgaria, right? So he uses Trade Zero, and for him, that's worked pretty well. So I think that is probably something you could look into, is Trade Zero. And then I also believe he even has a TD Ameritrade account, but I think if you live outside the country, TD Ameritrade only allows people who live outside the country to have delayed data. They don't allow you to have the real-time data if you live outside the country. So you can still get an account through TD Ameritrade to have their simulated trading, so you could practice and chart things, but I don't think you can get the live time on there. Let's see. Very smart. So Seth, another good question here. So this is a question from Seth, and it is, how long did it take me to become a consistent trader? And then how did you figure out or kind of, work your way into figuring out my style and strategy? So, as funny as it may sound, so for me, I've been trading now for, I don't know the exact date, but I'd have to say it's pushing on like 4 to 4.5 years now. So I've been doing it. So here's the difference is I've done it every single day for 4 to 4.5 years, like almost miss no days. I almost miss 0 days in the market. I mean, you guys know too, I'm online and I do a live stream almost every single day of stocks. So not only am I doing it every day, but I'm also teaching it every day. So my learning experience was probably just way sped up because not only was I learning it, I was teaching it, showing people. So I've been doing about 4.5 years. After about 2 years, 1.5, 2 years, that's where I started to see a little bit more consistency. And then after this past 2 years, that's where the ball really started rolling for me. And I was able to nail $1,000, $5,000, dollar days, and that's not typical, but it's gotten to the point where I can honestly have big days almost every day. But then again, it always comes with having a really bad losing day too. So I would say about 4 years altogether is where it took me to finally get to where I'm at now. Let's see. Hold on one second. Just gonna go into these comments. So Daniel, for the most part, no, I don't ever hold stocks for more. So you know what? Let me give you some insight, guys. So for the 260 people watching, first off, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. But secondly, let me give you some insight on me. So like you guys don't ever see me trade, right? Like you guys, hardly ever really see me. You guys don't hardly ever see me trade. I mean, you don't really know me other than this right here, this face on a screen. So when I trade, right, I'm a day trader specifically. I can swing trade. I can do options trading. I'm not like some master guru options trader. I just know them enough to feel comfortable putting my money into the market, right? But I am a day trader. So specifically, I look to find the stocks that I think are going to be the fastest or most kind of volatile today, right? So like a lot of times, I'll get some negative criticism every once in a while where people say the stocks you pick are garbage or they're really bad. And, to some people, they might just be the absolute shit, right? For some people, the stocks I picked just might absolutely be horrible, right? Like they want nothing to do with them. And that's also probably because what I'm doing is not what they should be doing, right? Like my style doesn't fit them, right? There's no size fit all. So for me, I'm a day trader, which means I am trying to find the hottest stock of the day. That doesn't mean it's going to be the best stock, but when I'm looking or I'm searching, right, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, right, I'm looking at stock ABC, I'm looking at stock this, and do I think that today this thing is going to have enough volume to move fast, up and down? I don't care. I don't care if it's going up. I don't even care if it's going down because I can make money if it goes up or down. I just need to find a stock that I think is going to move fast, like quick, because I want to get in with a lot of shares and I want to ride the momentum, right? So if I think it's going to go up and I get in, I'm hoping to find the hottest stocks of the day that I think will move the fastest. Now, I may not find the best stock that moves the most. I may not find the stock that has the worst day or the best day, but the stocks that I do pick when I'm trading them tend to be moving very fast and up or down. They could go $2, $3, $4, $5, right? So that's my thing is I'm trying to find the best stocks of the day that I can trade. And I'm a day trader, which means I'm getting in and out of my positions lightning fast, right, guys? So again, when I'm doing a video, right, I'm thinking of the stocks that are probably going to have really fast fluctuations. And then, right, To be completely 100% real with each and every 258 of you, most of my positions, believe it or not, you guys might be surprised, but believe it or not, most of the positions I take, I enter and I exit within 30 seconds to 2 minutes. 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's it. That's it. So you got to think when I'm picking a stock, right? I'm picking a stock thinking this thing's going to move fast enough so that I can get in and out of the stock within 30 seconds to a minute or 2 minutes and make money. When I pick my stocks, I don't pick my stocks going, well, if I buy it today, by the end of the day, I should make a couple $100. No, I'm thinking this stock is gapped up. If it fails, I can short it immediately. It's going to drop $2 a share. With 1,000 shares, I'm up $2,000. That's the way this brain works, right? High volume, fast movement. So most of my positions are 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's about it, honestly. So, you know, let me see what else we got going. Sorry, I kind of went on a little spiel there. Private Quran, yes, we go live every day, 8:30 in the morning, about 8:30 in the morning. But anywho, I would love to stay in chat. Maybe we'll do one of these on a different time, maybe like in the middle of the day or something where you guys can hop on and ask me questions. I don't know. I'm always thinking of something new, but I got to go. I got to get back to the private group. Again, if you guys want to join into the private group so you have access to me more than just in the morning here, first link in the video, first link in the description of the video takes you to our website. You can sign up there, join us. We do this all day long. So other than that, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning for another watch list.